Today's date is 4/15. Checking the sky here. I'm going to turn this light off. On this date in years gone by, we had thunder on April 15th, 1974. Well, you take the nice one right after midnight. And then, of course, in 2006, had a real good one. It was a CG barrage, and lots of thunder and everything. Of course, back then, that's when we had those pain in the ass trees right there too. And they blocked out much of the CGs. And it wasn't until 2012, 3.2, and especially 321 got rid of them. Boy, that was wonderful. And 6 years ago today, we had a loud one at 4 a.m. And another one around 7 a.m. Boy, this cloud came quickly. Saw the radar and really a red echo. Oh. Hey, that looks like a shelf cloud. Big time. Yeah. Probably more impressive than what I videotaped exactly a week ago today. Yeah. Well, today we had thunder too. I think in 1972 we had a real big one. Of course, I wasn't into taping then. I wish I were. Strong cold front that triggered those. And exactly 25 years ago tomorrow, we had a pop-up one that had a couple of close-by CGs and crashes. It was on 4/16/2000. Exactly a quarter of a century ago tomorrow. And of course 2000 turned out to be a very active Tstorm season. And in those days my Tstorm appetite was pretty sky high. I know. Wish you could package it and save it for 25 years. Wow, just look at that sky. Got my audio tape recorder running too on the west and south side. Screen blacked out. That's okay. Turn it back on. I'm just going to use this one camcorder unless there's a lot of CGs and thunder. Yeah. Just going to take a shot at the north side and I'll bring it right back here, probably. My art studio, as you saw before. Okay, there's the north side, one of my microphones, another microphone to the north CTR. All right, let's look at the sky. Probably wind will pick up. Okay, to the west side again. Sure is nice to get that big tree out of there. Exactly 4 months ago yesterday. God, that was nice. I'm sure my good Tstorm buddy Tom agrees with me all the way. Also Billy, Scott, and Jason agreed also. Yeah. About 15 minutes ago I saw the radar and definitely looks like almost like a bow echo. Just going to show you what's different on this side. I'm in the sky. Okay. Yeah, I unplugged the modem from my AOL computer. So I always close the window. Okay, on this date, 1974, almost constant lightning after midnight. Lots of thunder, mainly rumbly, but a few crackles. Still got the tape today. Wind blows. Right the north side. state in 2006, we had a real big one, as I pointed out earlier on this clip. CGs galore. But again, those pesky big trees were in the way of them. But then I moved the camcorder to the north side out of my own bedroom. And I got a lot of good shots there. Okay, turning the screen back on. 11 minutes of recording. Keep on videoing, you never know if we're going to get anything. Actually, there's a strong cold front that's triggering all this. You know, sort of a prefrontal wave. And then on the state in 2019, we had 2 rounds of official Tstorms. Yeah. Of course, 2006, that big one's on YouTube, but only in the second-hand videoing or copying, whatever. So the picture quality and the sound quality wasn't all that great. But the audio tapings came out beautifully, especially on the north and the south side. Wait, 19 years ago already. It was 40 years ago today. I was last in New York City on this date in 1985. I don't miss it though. No, the last time I was there was actually a quarter of a century ago. Make that 40 years ago. No, a quarter of a century ago tomorrow we had more thunder. It was on 4/16/2000. You know, 2000 was a real banner year of these storms here, even with the sea breezes. Had it on 4/16 and collapsed on April 22nd. Look at May, we had some action, especially we had that early season heat wave. We had that backdoor cold front on May 10th, and Tstorms all over the northeast, even though it was cold air over us. Elevated convection caused them. We had a good one on 5/14/2000. I was up in Plainfield, Massachusetts, hoping to get thunder there. There was nothing there. It was all down here. Thankfully, though, my father audio taped it for me, and he did a great job. That would have been a great video, though. Took my old VHS camcorder up there. In fact, on the subject of that VHS camcorder, exactly 36 years ago today, I first owned it. Yeah, 36 years, 4/15/89. Alright, I'll probably pause it and resume it. Boy, incredible. Sort of a looking sky. Okay, I'm going to pause it.